Okay, hopefully no more problems. Hopefully. Hopefully we can do this without no more issues. I don't think I can take any issues. Let's see here. Oh, that didn't work. All right. It says it's live. Working. Keep glitching. Hey, Mystic. I'm dealing with some glitches, so I don't know if it's going to work or not. It's been acting up, so must be the internet must be slow or something. Well, hopefully I can do my work without it. First time I had it up, it didn't want to work, so it's all fine my end. Good. I had to stop the first one and restart this one, so. And then my brother disappeared. That's all right. He don't care for the painting anyway. Duke AVGN the glitch one. Yeah, it seems like it stopped quick glitching. I don't know why it's glitching. Seems like every time I touch the saw is when it goes off. I don't know. Gotta work on my internet connection, Duke. I need it to work better. Mystic says, could it be the weather? Because sometimes the airwaves. No, the weather's good right now here. We are supposed to, however, get some bad weather coming. Pull this a little bit. Yeah, I'm getting a storm this Thursday, heavy snow. We keep getting the sleety, icy stuff. I don't know why. It's kind of annoying, but told you to go from wireless to wired. Yeah, we might have to do that, Duke. I'm really getting tired of the glitching. Wi-Fi is nice, but wired is still best. I will have to agree with you on that one. All right, now we need some lighter green. First, I should get these mountains in first. I gotta see if I can move this saw just a little bit this way. There we go. Maybe I get the lighting a bit different. That way it ain't glaring so much. There we go. All right, let's get this mountain doing. How are you guys? We're all right. Other than the glitch, we're good. Duke just sends a smiley face. Duke's not very smiley. He's still dealing with his back being out. He's kind of grumpy, so. That's good. I had to walk to the Salvation Army. Why'd you have to walk to the Salvation Army? Just watching Sis and folding my laundry. Yeah, that's good. You should be folding. That's good for you to move around, Duke. They have food bank section where the food bank helps struggling. Oh, that's good. Yep. If you need help with stuff, at least they're giving that. Here, it's been a little bit of a struggle with the food bank situation, but. Oh my goodness. Actually, I heard in your area, the farmers are really fighting to try to keep things. There's been issues with the farmers not getting. Our prime minister. Well, hopefully it stops glitching. I keep trying to get it to stop glitching. Are we back on now? My goodness. Mystic says, yeah, World War where food is too hot. I don't know if it's just getting the little card is getting too hot. It seems like it's the little Wi-Fi card. It gets like extremely hot. Plugged in at once. That could be it too. We're back for now. Yeah, we're back for now. Hopefully. Yeah, I've been watching some videos in your area. I always watch the videos with the horses and the Queen's guards. And I'm just amazed and shocked. Come on. I don't know. Every time I feel that card, it's like extremely hot. I don't know what to do, Duke. Oh. Well, it seems like it's working now. For now. I don't know. I think there's just too much power in this room. Uh, okay, I refresh and you're back. Yeah, I keep trying to get it to work. I don't know. It's just it's gotta be too much power going on. I got 3 different lights on because last time I didn't have enough light for the mountains or for the saw to show as good. Gotta figure out a better setup, I guess. Of course, I usually don't paint things this big. That's the biggest issue. So that's why I need all this lighting. Yeah, and I was kind of excited because I had a few friends that were gonna come on and watch, and then I had to re-upload again because it was acting up. There. Well, at least I know I'm pretty sure it's not the camera then. Your art is amazing. I love it. Thank you. I apologize. We are extremely glitchy tonight. So we are dealing with issues with my camera going in and out, and we're trying to figure out why. You could be just YouTube service. I don't know. I mean, it just I I think we're running too much power in this room for one, because I got so many things on, for lighting and setting up and whatnot. Yeah, I'm very the past few minutes have been fine. I'm sure they are because I'm very carefully not wiggling. If I wiggle this table, it seems like then it glitches back out. So I don't know. I think I'm just bad luck. But anyway, thank you. I don't know if I'm gonna say that right. Kanakamini. I apologize that some of the YouTube names are hard for me to pronunciate. I even have trouble sometimes with um like the little text things where people are like TX and all that. It just I'm not real good with that stuff. So, uh past few minutes have been oh, I just read that. Yeah, for now. We'll see. I just want to finish this side of the saw so I'm done with this job. I'm hoping the donation will be good because my Legion could really use it right now. So anytime I do artwork and somebody gives a donation, I use it to put towards stuff. And my Legion right now is trying to redo their hall. So I'm hoping maybe I can put some of that towards whatever it is well, not a new hall, but new paint on the walls in their hall. And I'm hoping I can help with that a little bit because I know it's costing them quite a bit of money to do that. So, um, You just technologically impaired. Yeah, technology impaired. By the way, I'm watching your live from India. Don't mind my English is not good as live in very small village. Oh, that's all right. I actually live in the woods, so no issues there. And I have friends from different areas of the country. I have some from Sweden, some from Maine. You name it, I have it. So no problem there. And I think the Google has kind of a translator too, so or not Google, YouTube. So there, I think my mountain looks a little better here. As long as I don't shake this table, I think we'll stay connected. Just try to scoot in really slow. Okay, let's get some trees to cover up the little spots here I need to. That's the only problem. I'm scared to go dabby, dabby, dabby because when I dabby, dabby for trees, then it seems to go out. Hi, Grave Reaper. I'm sorry if we're having a little bit of technical difficulty. Right now we're doing okay, but as soon as I start dabby dabbing, I'm afraid my internet might go out again for some odd reason. Okay, let's see what it does here. We're going to start doing the dabby dabs. I was born and raised in America and still probably don't speak proper. No, I don't think neither of us speak proper English. Um, it's 6:30 a.m. here, very cold morning. Oh my goodness, it's I do believe 7 o'clock at night here. So I had a good day in physical therapy and I decided I was going to finish up the saw. So I was shocked to find out though, I thought my hands and feet were the issue, and they're not. According to my physical therapist, my hips are not aligned like they're supposed to be. Something happened with my hips, I think she said, where they're not aligned properly. I do believe is what she said. So now we have to work on that issue. Well, so far my dappy daps ain't doing it. Maybe it was YouTube, Duke. So do you have cold weather in India there too? Because we're at like, I want to say we're in the 20s right now, which is actually kind of high for this time of year for us. I live in Wisconsin, so the weather here is different, but lately it's been warmer than it's usually is. Okay, and I need some orange and then some white. It was me. I bring bad karma. You've been bad karma lately, Duke. I don't know what's going on with you. By the way, Duke is my brother, so we torment each other. We don't actually are that mean to each other. We just like to torment each other online, and I pick on him when he's live, and now he picks on me when I'm live. So I am a school going and today is my mathematics exam at 8 a.m. Ooh. Well, I hope you do good on your exam. I know Grim Reaper is in the middle of diff stuff at school too. So, and I'm very happy with those who tell me they're working hard at school because school is a very, very good thing. Me and Duke, if we could go back in time, I think things would have been a little, well, at least for me anyway, it would have been different. I would have put more of an effort in trying to get a better education. I even tried going back to school a couple years ago and they just wouldn't let me. I'm not ready yet, I guess. But I figure maybe I'll pay for my own schooling and just go. I was trying to get grants through DVR up here, and they didn't seem to have the classes I wanted. And then it was more or less they told me if they covered it, that I would have to seek going back to work. And that wasn't plausible with my condition and with my therapist and psychologist. So that just wasn't a choice I was allowed to have. But I can go back to school on my own if I want to, and I don't have to seek a job. I can get a degree in something I want and go from there. Hoping, anyway. Let's see here. Was Duke says Wisconsin, you can run the heater and AC in the same day. That's how messed up. Yeah, no kidding. Especially this year. Graves says I get my foot checked around 1:30, but get pick up from school around 11:30 to 11:40. Yeah, and keep us informed. Leave us a comment. Me and Duke really want to know what they find and if they're able to fix the problem. I'm wondering if it's just a really bad nerve or a cartilage buildup from a prior accident or something. I'm definitely curious. So, ooh, Kana, Mina, your message was retracted, so I don't know why. It wasn't me that did it, or you just maybe had a mistype or something. Um, the video is going. The video is going to made just need to get it. Oh, I see. Oh, you made a video. Okay. Well, I will look forward to that. I like to promote anybody that's working hard in education and does artwork and gaming and anything. I try to promote people that make the effort and do the work. So far my tappy taps ain't turning my camera off, which is really great. I know it's weird that I'm adding like orange and white, but this is kind of a fall. He wanted a fall theme look with this, so that's kind of where I'm at. And it'll blend in with the other half of the saw that I did. If you want to see the start of this saw, it's in a video from a few days ago on another live when I did like the turkey and the barn and all that stuff. So I mean, I could actually do all these tiny little bushes and trees individually, but sometimes when you're doing something this big, it's just easier to do bushes and just you dappy dap brush. I don't know what else you'd call this. I call it a dappy dap. Just, there's probably a name for it, but I don't know what it is. Oh, that's what makes it interesting. Now I need to add, and I don't know if I should use a sketcher brush or not. Grave says the video is going. Oh, okay. I read that already. Oops, I bumped that cord. Hopefully it didn't do nothing. So far, so good. I'm really thinking it was just YouTube having a moment. YouTube has moments, I guess. They've been getting more difficult, YouTube. It's getting run by bots so badly, and it's not following their own guidelines and stuff so badly that drives me crazy. Okay, now I'm gonna scoot this just a little bit in. See if I can get the lighting a little bit better here. There we go. I guess that's a bit better. I want to get the ground here started. Duke says, also consider the millions upon billions of hours of video people upload and download. Oh, I know. Can you imagine? I mean, I kind of get why they switched to bots kind of taking over some things, but I think like more serious stuff should be dealt with by a human being. Yeah, I think I'm gonna try to be doing more artwork off and on when I can. Oops, I have round bales here. I covered one. Ah. See, Duke, I made another boo-boo. You like to yell at me for boo-boos. There's another boo-boo. Yeah, I forgot I had little round bales in here I gotta do yet, so I gotta make sure I get them in here. They look kind of cartoonish right now, but they won't after a while. I just keep blending and making boo-boos till everything gets evened out. I was really happy with how the turkey turned out yesterday on the live. It really had some amazing color to it, and the barn turned out amazing. I did have to, after I was done with the live, I did have to go on and add a little more color to the barn and get that a little straightened out because the lighting I was using to do that live was not well. No boo-boos. We accept nothing but perfection. You should talk, Duke. You can't even keep your tractor straight when you're doing very reason things. While I haven't done one of them in a while. That's probably something I should do. Really? Well, there. It seems like that little connector, the Wi-Fi connector, gets too hot, and then I gotta sit and blow on it to cool it back down. It's weird. I almost wish I could put a little tiny fan on it. Okay, I need to get some grass in here. Hopefully no more glitches. I don't know what else to do. Definitely gonna have Duke add a hookup line when he feels better and his back's better. Because he's got to crawl under the house to do it. Then I have to worry about the naughty mice that get in once in a while, messing with that. I don't know, Duke. I seen some tracks coming from my screens again the other day. I'm thinking they're in there. Someday do a speed test with that Wi-Fi dongle, then borrow one of my Ethernet cables and do another and see the difference. Yeah, I think we'll just have to you'll have to let me know when you feel up to it and we'll get it figured out. I didn't have any issues till I switched to the plug-in on this wall. So it's kind of like I'm wondering if you know how they messed up the electricity in this room. Remember they cut it by the Amish did because they put a nail through it. I'm wondering if they put a nail through something else and messed up something else in here, you know? And I'm not switching this back because I like the way this setup is, so I hate to move the computer back to the other wall if I can get away with it. Okay, let's see here. Uh, well, at least Grave Reaper stuck around. Hopefully, no more. I don't know. It's killing my vibe, man. It's upsetting me. All I want to do is paint and show it online. Now, these round bales, I got to figure out how I'm going to do these little guys. I'm thinking I'll probably use some yellow for the hay and make it look good. I haven't done round bales in so long. Could get interesting. I might screw this one up. I'm trying to make it match the other side here because let's see here. Duke says Wi-Fi is nice for convenience, but never as reliable as cable. Yeah, and it's not like I'm going to be moving my desk. So, the Wi-Fi will work for the phones and stuff, but I definitely need to figure something out for this, and I don't need to move the computer, so it should work. I wish I could get I'm wondering now if it wasn't the extender cable for this camera that was giving issues then too. So I might be able to use that again, which would be good because then I can extend my camera out on these bigger tables if I need to. So there. Okay. Now I need to get some black in here and I need to get a smaller brush that will work a little bit better. And hopefully I can move this saw without it acting up again. Please don't glitch out. The lighting is horrible. If I go like that, that helps some. Start adding my little shading for grass in here. Kind of surprised this end of this saw is a little bit rough, like it rusted out or something at one point. Will the paint affect the cutting ability of the saw cutting a tree down in it? Yeah, probably, Duke. Mm. I don't know. You'll have to ask the guy that ordered it that question when we take it to him. I bet you he'll have something to say to you. Ah, yeah, keep in mind the guy that we're talking about was our also a substitute teacher at our school, and he liked me. You were the one that got into trouble, not me. I was an angel. Cough, cough. Yeah. Though, really, I mean, I don't think I was I don't think I was too bad. I had my days, but those days I was not well, you know? Everything I was going through, I am surprised I was as good as I was, because there were kids in our school that did stuff worse than I did, and I mean, I'm talking mean stuff, you know, they actually did hurt people or did things. And I mean, I'm talking mean stuff. You know, they actually did hurt people or did things they shouldn't have. But most of the time for me, it was more or less I got picked on so bad for being so different. And then I don't know, it was like yeah, I remember the school we went to had its cliques, you know, and if you weren't top quality, you didn't fit in, you know. And Duke, well, Duke did better in school because he was smarter, for one. And he also had the ability to be able to help the teachers by fixing their computers or you know he was kind of by the time he was in high school he was the technical help in that school. For me, I was already 15, moved out, working two jobs, trying to make a living, kept having dissociative spells, kept doing things I shouldn't do, you know. So I didn't really have the ability like Duke did to take time to do the things I should have been doing, I think. That and I mean, half the time I didn't remember who I was or what I was doing, you know? Okay, I need okay, there's those 2 round bales, then there's that round bale. I'm trying to make sure I get these round bales in the best I can, and I wanna make sure they have a dark tint to them because then my when I put the yellow on, they'll show up really well. But I also wanna make sure there's some of the brown in here as well because that gives it the hay look that I want. I don't know, round bales are tricky, and they look really goofy right now, but they'll look better when I get a little more texture to them. Okay, there's that one, then this one. But that one's awfully close to that. Uh, here here how I look at it. Everyone is weird in their own way, and there's always a bigger bully, yeah. And you know the thing is, I was talking with my physical therapist today about that, and she agreed. She said the same thing. It basically they do it because they don't love themselves. They'll say they love themselves, but it's their way of getting the endorphin they need to fill a need that they don't know how to have. And really that's kind of sad. It's like it's like me, it took me a long time to say that. I hated myself so badly, and I was so ashamed of the disorder I had and everything I've been through, and now I'm proud of myself. I worked very hard the last almost 12 years to finally get where I needed to be, and I just will not let anybody take that away from me, nor give them the time of day to do so, you know? And it's weird because like, people mock me for the books I've read or my artwork or whatever, And it's like, well, that's fine. If you don't like it, I don't really care. Whatever I did helped me and it may help somebody else. So the way I look at it, if my work is not helping you or you don't agree with it, go somewhere else. Find somebody else to annoy, you know? Because there's people out there that do like the work I do and what I've done to get here. Or be like me and love yourself too much. I think very high. Yeah, you do think a little highly of yourself, Duke. You need to be knocked down a few pegs. Duke has a god complex. No. Yeah, but the thing is, Duke, and I'm not gonna get too into the detail while we're live, but you're there when a person really does need you. There is no ifs, ands, or buts. When things are really bad, you will drop everything and you will be there, even when you don't want to be. And that shows humanity on your part. But I will tell everybody this: you are a terrible caulker. You do not caulk well at all when it comes to caulking windows or anything. Terrible at it. We will both agree on that. I know you'll agree with me on that. Duke was never meant to cut tin or be a caulker. Out of love, man. Out of love. Although he's a fantastic plumber, he did really well with that. You know what's weird right now, Duke? I'm like trying to paint, and all I hear in my head is Loretta Lynn songs right now, and I do not know why. And it's like driving me crazy. I'll have to listen to it later. Sometimes I just have to do that and solve the problem of being annoying. Or no, not Loretta Lynn. Crystal Gale. My mistake. Isn't Crystal Gale Loretta Lynn's sister, if I remember right? Or am I wrong? Grave says, I have a hard time talking, can't pronounce them, or I mix up the letters or put them in different places. Yeah, it's. And you never really outgrow that either, Grave. It's like. I'm okay if I'm not nervous, but if I'm really nervous, I flub up on my words so bad, or I get like this problem where I get like a freeze response and I don't answer properly, or I sound like I'm being mean when I'm not. It just drives me nuts. I used to have teachers in school take things the wrong way. They thought I was being bold-headed when in reality, they thought I was being mean and it wasn't. I was just trying to protect myself. And some teachers knew that. Some teachers understood that, what I was doing was trying to protect myself, and they understood and they treated me well. It was like the first year we had a teacher called Mr. Whalen, and he didn't like my brother and he didn't like me much, and I don't know if it was cuz he based it on cuz he didn't like my brother or what. But then towards the end of I actually had to take English twice. He found out that I had dissociative spells. He didn't know it was DID. He didn't know what was wrong with me either, neither did I. But then he figured out that over the weekend I'd have amnesia. So then he figured out in order for me to take the test, he'd have me come in during study hall, restudy what I had learned that last week, and then retake the test and I'd do fine. I'd ace it. But if I didn't study after a weekend, I just couldn't remember anything. My mind went blank. and they figured that out, but I never did till later, but I thought I had dementia. I thought I literally had dementia or a brain tumor. I didn't know what was wrong with me. And then even when I finally got answers, I denied it for like 5 years. Duke, yes. Um, oh, wait a minute. Oh, I gotta catch up on the comments again. Uh, that's just a Gen Z thing. When yep, hits the fan, I'm there. That's how it works. Yep. Um, I have a hard time talking, can't pronunciate them, or I mixed the letters. I think I read that. Put them in different sentences. I get it from my ambidextrous. I hope I pronunciated that right. Duke says, I call it brain fart. You have a lot of brain farts, Duke. Sometimes your brain farts are good, though. Sometimes you'll come up with something that I wouldn't think of, or sometimes you'll come up with something that you know, I'll come up with something. There, see, my mouth ain't working right. In a way, me and Duke kind of help each other out when we can when it comes to it, you know. Sometimes you just gotta help each other. Now, did I have? Yes, I did. Okay. Yeah, Duke, let me know if wasn't Crystal Gale Loretta Lynn's sister? I know I'm back on that subject again, but I'm really my brain won't stop, and I'm thinking there was 3 of them, wasn't there? There was Crystal Gale, Loretta Lynn, and Sylvia Brown, wasn't it? Or am I wrong? Or was my mind just playing games with me? I can't remember. Yes, they were sisters. I thought so. Crystal is a younger sister. Well, then where does Sylvia fit in? There was Loretta Lynn, Sylvia, and Crystal. And I don't know if you know, Duke, let me know the order that they were. Oh, be nice, paint. Don't go over the side. Just cleaned you up. There. Okay. Now I want to try to scoot this over just a little. Whoa. Hopefully I don't glitch out. Don't glitch out. Okay. So far, so good. We're doing good. It didn't glitch out. Can't remember. Google time. Yeah, get Googling. Find out for me. I'm curious. Good job for you. I want to know things. I wouldn't be surprised if Reaper gets it before you do. He's pretty fast. Uh, we'll make it a challenge. Who can Google it quicker, Grave or you? We'll see which one pops We'll make it a challenge. Who can Google it quicker, Grave or you? We'll see which one pops up first here. Show up, Reaper. Oh, stop glitching. There's definitely a glitch bug messing with my live. And he's pulling the wires, whoever he is. Just want to do my round bales. Oh, what we talking about? I'm playing my Xbox. I was seeing who could Google it faster, but it looks like Duke beat you to it. Sylvia Webb had the same last name, but it's unclear if they were related. Oh, no, not Sylvia Webb. I thought it was it Sylvia? I thought it was like Sylvia Brown or something. At least I thought. Unless I'm wrong. I could be wrong. I wonder how many of those sisters actually sang now that you mention it. I know there was like 4 or 5 of them. I think there was even a brother in there, wasn't there, Duke? I think I'm going to have to add some more black to this because it's not showing the way I want it to. Round bills are hard. I'm not very good at them. I need Mystic to fix it. I think he left, though. I didn't see him come back. She also had a sister, Peggy. Oh. Loretta Lynn's maiden name was Webb. Oh, okay. Before she married Doolittle. Okay, yep, I remember now. Yeah, the movie. Yep, you're right. Now I just kind of want to watch a movie again. I don't know, but I'm definitely going to have to do some work on these round bales because they are not what I want them to be. I don't know if I just need to add some brown to them, maybe. Maybe a little more yellow on the top. Ugh. I have the same problem with round bales as I do corn. I can't do corn either. I'm just going to get some yellow tint in here. And then maybe a dark brown? Do I have a dark brown? I know I have a dark brown somewhere. There's a dark brown. Let's see if that works. Maybe. Let's try this. Wasn't Loretta Lynn only like... She was like only 15 when she got... No. She was like 13 when she got married, wasn't she? She was young, I know that. Oh, that one's darker. I want that one. Depends on the straw bales or hay bales. I don't know. They're like a yellow. See? They're like a yellowish, brownish. I don't know. I guess I never really looked at the texture of a round bale. I probably should do that. Then I'd probably paint them a little better. They're definitely ugly, though. I'm not doing what I need to with this, and it's really upsetting me. I don't know how to get them right. I need an expert on round bales. I get maybe I need to add some yellow to the or white to the top. I don't know. They're not doing what I need them to do. I never was good at hay bales either. For a farm girl, I can't paint the darn things. Ma always could. She could do this if she didn't shake so darn much. I'd make her do the round bales for me. But I got to learn how to do it anyway, so. I don't know. I think once I get the brown in here, I'll add a little black, and then I'll try again with the crisscross look with it, maybe. Oh, stupid things. Hate round bales. They don't look right. Dumb things. Let's see. Maybe if yeah, I think I'm gonna have to add more black again. I need to look at the picture more. They're difficult. This might be my end of my career here if I don't get them right. I suppose it looks like they have the string lines here, so I'm gonna try to do that. Maybe that'll give them some texture. Oh yeah, that helps. Yeah, that gives them some help there. Um, straw more yellow and orange. Hay more green. Yeah, I might try to fit in a little orange in there too. I'm a little more yellow, but at first I'm gonna get those lines in where the strings are. That seems to be something that helps. That makes it look more balish. So I'm gonna go with that. She was 15 years old when she got married. Doolittle was 21. Yeah, and she was like 13, I think, when he started dating her or something. Her dad said no. She was married so young. And then he was so mad because she didn't know how to cook. Well, she was still a baby. It was crazy. And then by the time I think she was like 18, 19, she had like 4 or 5 kids already. She lived a pretty good life after that, though. I mean, her singing career saved her life, I would say. She was very lucky. Most women that marry that young and go through all that abuse and stuff, they just don't really, know, make a good life for themselves because they're so traumatized, but she did good. She I think Patsy Cline helped her a lot, along the way, helping her with her career and understanding, everything. Yeah, anyone oh, wait, okay. Sorry, can't help you. I know how to make them, but don't know how to paint them. Yeah, no kidding. Um, anyone watching must watch movie Coal Miner's Daughter. Yeah, it's a classic, and what the heck's her name? The woman who played her, I really like her acting. Can't think of her name. That just slipped my mind. The woman that plays her. Yeah, her and Patsy were best friends. Yeah. They actually shared baby clothes and everything. Patsy was the one that kinda helped her get her career started. That would be a movie I don't think they could ever redo. I don't even think they'd allow it, is Patsy Cline. Now it's more or less the documentary and stuff, but yeah, Sissy Spacek, thank you. I really like her acting. She's gotta be, like, Ma's age now, Sissy Spacek? She's gotta be close to Mom's age. My spelling, Sissy Spacek. Yeah, I knew what you meant though. Yeah. You know how I can't judge your spelling, Duke. You know how my spelling is, so I won't say much. You're good. I think they're looking a little more like round bills, but there's still something missing with them. I'm gonna have to try to add maybe some light tan brown more. I don't know. 76, same age as Ma. Oh my goodness, is she really? She looks so much younger than Ma. No offense to Ma, but well, and Loretta Lynn, she passed away recently, didn't she? Loretta Lynn's not alive anymore. But I think Loretta Lynn was older than Ma, though, wasn't she? If I remember right. Grave Reaper says, can't spell to save my life. Yeah, don't feel bad, Grave. I am a horrible speller. You ask Duke. Especially when my hands are swollen, my typing looks like a 5-year-old. I just really struggle with typing. Me and Duke, we both didn't do well in those kind of classes, so we weren't good at it. Duke was smarter than I was when it come to spelling and math, and for me, it was more art and music, which I'm kind of sad to say that that's kind of dying out in the schools now. Loretta Lynn passed away October 4th, 2022. She was 90. Oh my goodness. So actually, Sissy Spacek was much younger than her when she played her. That's kind of cool. That I didn't know. I used a lot of speech to text. Yeah, I've done that. I see that actually, Grave Reaper, have you noticed, and I think Duke probably has too, they actually have now on YouTube where you can leave people messages by just speaking. You don't even have to type a comment anymore. I think I'm getting it now. I think I got it figured out. That's cool. Yeah, yeah, it is. I haven't tried it yet. I've never left anybody a message like that yet, but I've considered it. It's just because you know how it is when you're busy doing something, you just don't really want to type everything all out. Here, that one looks kind of round balish. And we'll add a little yellow to the top, give it a little more texture on one side. There. That's the best I could do. Go ahead, Duke. Critique me. I can hear it coming. What is that? That don't look nothing like Ma's work. I notice if I add a little bit of black in there a little more, then the hay part stands out a little better, so I'm gonna do that instead. So yeah, my boo-boos, I fix my boo-boos. And then I'll probably add some grass around it so it doesn't stand my boo-boos don't stand out so much. You do realize I'm gonna have to watch the movie Coal Miner's Daughter again tonight. Will you talk with you talking about her? I know. And the problem with me right now is I don't even have Loretta Lynn in my head. I have Crystal Gale's song going in my head, the "Don't You Make My Brown Eyes Blue," and just sometimes I don't know what it is. It's like I can't shut it off. Drives me crazy when I do that. It used to be weird little quirky songs, but since most of the smaller parts self in my head have gone away, that's cut back a lot, which is great. Because I could be in the middle of doing dishes or something and they'd start doing that and I was like, "Oh, why my brain would do that junk, I don't know. It drove me crazy." I'm here to moderate, not judge your work. Oh, come on, Duke. Judge me. Judge me. Ain't that your favorite thing is to judge people? Oops, I screwed up again. All this tiny little detail. Good lord. I'm here to moderate, not judge your work. Yeah, I read that already. Let's get some grass by this so it looks more decent. I gotta do all the grass in these spots yet. Suppose I get that done. I'm almost done. This is gonna be done real soon. And I'm gonna be so thankful. And then when Duke feels better, he's gonna have to take me over there to get the saw to the guy that wants it. So you'll have to let me know what day you feel up to doing that. I don't know. I heard that there's another bad snow coming sometime. This weather has been a nightmare. Oops, that didn't work out as planned. When I do my art close to 5, 10 piece get thrown in my paper bucket. Okay, you'll have to explain that one. When I do my art close to 5, 10, I have no idea what a 5, 10 piece is. You'll have to explain it, Grave. I apologize. I'm not very oriented with even my paintbrushes. I've had people tease me because I call them like a fluff brush or dabber dabber. I got yelled at by Duke here a little while ago because we were talking about using a dolly to move stuff, and I don't call it a dolly. I call it a donny. And he's like, "It's a dolly." I'm like, "I'm sorry." Oh, speak to text, mess that all up. Oh, okay. That's why your video was so glitchy tonight. Subscribers 666. I know. It was at 6. It jumps around. I don't know if there's just bots going on or what. Excuse me. It was at 668, then jumps to 666. I don't care. I'm not in it for the subscribers anyway. People think that bothers me and it really don't. I just do this cuz I like doing it, you know. When I'm not working or I'm not reading or I'm not doing something, then I'm painting, and if I'm not painting, I'm always busy. Always. I rarely ever, even like when my husband's gone, I rarely ever turn the TV on. I am always either outside, painting, reading. Otherwise, if I sit too long and I'm not working on something, I get disassociative. So, yeah, don't bring that up. Oh, that's what that nun used to say all the time. I hated that. But yeah, Duke. Uh, when I do my art, I throw 5 to 10 into my bucket for mess up paper. Ah, gotcha, gotcha. Okay. Why are you not working? Oh, my paint is getting icky. I'm gonna have to reshake. It's the only thing I hate is I always gotta constantly clean these lids because I gotta reshake them if they start drying a little. You remember how you asked me if they need water sometimes, Grave? Well, they do dry out after a while, so a lot of times I just reshake or I dip my brush in the icky water here, soapy water, just so it gets a little back to the context I like. Uh, yes, yeah. I think this is probably the easiest paint and the most hardy paint, indoor outdoor enamels, because they dry fairly quickly, but they also work well with like water. And I know when I put polyurethane over them, it really seals it well. Oil based paints, they take longer to dry. You can't paint everything you wanna right away. You have to wait for the colors to dry. And then you also have the issue of when you paint, you have to be like a certain pattern. My mom used to say, I think it was dark to light, which I didn't like at all. Because I done some oil paintings. It's just oil and me didn't get along real well. I'll put it that way. Duke, he used to do like which I wish he'd get back into. Duke used to do like you know the mini little trucks you get, like the little models? He would paint them, and I think I gave him my dad's Ford truck. I was hoping he'd work on that some point, but I'm hoping he'll get into that maybe again. I'd like to see it finished at some point. He was very good at that, putting little models together. I think he even did the car Christine at one point too. Didn't you do a couple models of Christine, Duke, where you painted them and put them together? Oops, I want this one. Just they're just a bunch of numbers. It's like this 6, 7 going on now. Yeah. Yeah, I used to do models, kind of lost interest in it. Takes so long to do. Yeah, but you do such a good job. I think it'd be cool, Duke, if you did like a video of you, I mean, for your YouTube channel, it'd be so neat if you that Ford truck I gave you, if you just started putting it together and did like a speed video, that'd be so neat. I think it'd be good for your brain too. Get away from that farm simulator. I'm gonna catch hell for saying that one. Ah, Tree of Life. Hello. Hope you don't mind if I come in. Of course not. Join the crew. We're just talking about goofy stuff, as always. Not real exciting. And I'm trying to do round bales. This is a nightmare. I am not very good with round bales. I'm just gonna come right out and say it. The guy that ordered this saw he wanted a farm theme, and I've never done round bales. But I accepted this challenge, so I'm gonna do the best I can with it. Uh, yeah, that's what the chat is for. Exactly. Plus, Duke gets bored. I'm boring. He hasn't said that yet, but I'm sure he means it. I'm guessing this has got to be as boring as when he's plowing a field. I'm just kind of like, eh, because that's all he does. He does the gaming stuff. You are so talented. I like your technique. You're giving me ideas. Well, that's good. Copy anything you want. I love it. I love to see people do artwork. And if you decide you're going to do artwork on your channel, let me know because I love watching artwork. Grim, he does artwork, and Duke, I'm trying to talk him into doing some stuff, but he's set on his farm simulator, so that's his goal. So I gave up on Duke a while ago. Mm. Actually, I think I need to put a little more grass in here. Yeah, I'm almost done with this one. I hope I never get a black saw again because if they would have painted it white with like a primer or something, this would have been so much easier. But the fact that they painted it with a glossy black really made it hard for me to figure out my colors and stuff. But I always accept a challenge, so I'm not going to complain too much. I'm going to whine a little and be done with it. All right, now we got to move into this name part, and hopefully my camera doesn't act goofy because I'm doing it. I can just get you to, there we go. Okay. Hopefully no issues. I've been dealing with some glitches, Tree of Life, so don't run away if my computer glitches out. It's either YouTube itself or something ain't working right, so. One thing you probably don't want to copy is my round bales. They're terrible. I don't know how to do round bales. I'll have to practice on that at some point. Okay, I'm gonna move this down. I just got to get some stuff in here and I'll be pretty much done. So, yeah, and then I think I can probably angle this a little better. Hopefully with no problems. Why must you be a problem? Lift up. There we go. Don't want to. Boy, this thing is so stubborn. Oh well, that's as best as it gets. I'm so afraid it's going to glitch out on me or do something bad. All right, now is that more of a darker? Yeah, it is. It's a darker brown. Reach in my basket of things to find what I need. Duke says somebody needs to give you just one more sub, get you off of the yeah. I could watch someone do a 4 a day mural. You know, it's too bad that they haven't had you do like murals and stuff. Your technique is very unique, you know. But problem with schools nowadays, they just don't promote talent like they used to. And it's sad. Really. It's really sad. I miss the good old days when they did stuff like that. I need to get some of this brown in here. I don't know why that's not blending well, but it's kind of making me mad. Is this the darker one? I can't tell. Nope, this is the darker one. Okay, that's my problem. That makes sense. Right, or no. That's the other one. I get my browns mixed up sometimes, and then I have a problem. Okay, is this one darker? That's darker. Ugh, make up your mind, Eva. I'm already subbed. Thank you. Yeah. And this time I had it at subscribers only for commenting, and this time I even opened it to the public. So a lot of people ain't into artwork. They want the goofy drama stuff, and I tried getting into that, but I just don't care for that kind of content. There's even subs out there that people think that I promote like what do you call it, where the people fake claim people for disorders like the FDC, and I actually hate them. I don't like them because when you try to educate them on the actual things that are related to mental health, they don't want to listen. They don't want to listen at all. So it's like they're just there to do more harm than good. So I just don't even talk to them. So sad, sad but true. Let's see here. Farm simulator stuff, yeah. I don't know, Duke. Do you think we can get this saw to the person it needs to get to before the next snowfall? I hope so. Oh, my brush is getting kind of dry and being naughty again. I'll have to put grass here to cover that issue. There. All right, we need some green. I'm trying not to get too much stuff around the name because I want the name to stand out, but I don't know. We'll see how this goes. Why is this all bent? Fix my paint. Not far to go. Just pick a day when not busy and just go. I love your American Legion table. Thank you. My American Legion has been so thankful that I've been helping them because it gets their funding up that they need. And I just enjoy them all. They treat me so well. They're a joy to be around. They're mostly older people, but they're just nice. Nicest people you could ever meet. And they don't judge me when I have bad spells, they're there to help me and understand me, and I appreciate them so much. I miss them. Usually, like this time of year, they shut the Legion down because most of the older people don't want to drive in the winter. So usually they have meetings up until November, and then they just don't have them again till spring, which is kind of sad because I miss it. It's only once a month that they have meetings, but they have little get-togethers for other things. They do the parades and all that little stuff. Or give them a call. Maybe they would want to visit you. Maybe. I could ask them. I don't wanna problem is, Duke, though, they're older, and I don't really want them on our roads because 'cause they're so bad. I would worry that they'd end up having a problem. trying to get a little bit of grass in here without bumping that paper. Yeah, you see, Grave, how my paint is starting to clutter up a little bit, and I'm actually using the water bucket to like thin it a bit. Otherwise, sometimes I just say the heck with it and I reshake the lid to get some fresh paint going. Like that one. I also have a tendency to roll my brush in between my lips sometimes to get a more better shape. So you'll see my brush disappear and come back. I learned that from my mother actually. I'd watch her do it and I was like, "Hmm." Mm, uh, yeah, usually I do like a black behind the grass because it gives it more flexibility. Well, I don't even know if I'd call it flexibility, but more color to it when you put the lighter color over the top of the black. Um, Helps quite a bit. I'm gonna take 5 minutes, use the bathroom, and get something to eat. That's fine. I do the same with my brushes. Yeah, they say it's an artist thing, so I don't know. It gives a better shape to the brush. But you'll see here I got this black here, and you see how it makes it pop out I don't know if you can see it real well because it's such a tiny detail I'm doing, but brush is being naughty again. Grave put, I am the artist of my grade. Just don't ask me to draw 3D or living things. I can't wait for my art class in my school. There's 6 to 12 and 10 to 15. So if you need one to one, you can get one to one. 6 to 12 kids or 10 to 15 kids. Well, I'm going to let you in on a little secret, Grave. I also cannot see 3D. So a lot of my work, I will trace the outline of something that I like. So that way I have the dimensions here. So if you look, I have this. But if you notice, so I'm not copyrighting an artist, I will change the mountain, change the color of the trees, even change the round bale layout in order to get what I need. So this gave me the 3D effect that I cannot see. As you can see, I traced it out with carbon paper. So if you can get somebody like your parents or somebody, or if you're able to, order carbon paper. And what carbon paper does is you put it under your thing you want to trace, and you trace it, and it will put it onto the item you want. Tables, walls, canvases, everything. And believe it or not, it was my art teacher that knew I had a problem with seeing dimensions and taught me to use those things. And I was very, very thankful for that because I struggled with it so bad. Now my mother, she doesn't. She can see real good. She don't have no problem seeing items and drawing them out. I'm going to have to give that a try. Yes, carbon paper is a lifesaver. Actually, since I'm almost done here, I can show you what that looks like. So in the drawer, I have carbon paper, and I have quite a few of them, which I need to order some more because I'm getting low. But so in my art book, this is my art book here. You will see I have like wildlife, carbon paper, whatnot. Okay. And in here, I carry patterns of things. Let me see if I can find one here. So you can get them in blue or black, depending on the ink you want. And it helps, especially new artists. These are used, so you're going to see they're quite worn. But this is carbon paper. Actually, I'm going to see if I can back this camera up just a bit so you can see a little bit better. Let me see if I can go up with it, maybe. Hold on a minute, guys. I'm trying to figure out a way so you can see this better. Okay, let's raise this up. And I'll help you so you can see what I'm talking about. So this is carbon paper, and you can see mine is very, very well used. And what happens is it's basically a waxy paper, and on the waxy paper is ink. I'll show you with a pencil what it does. So let's say I'm tracing something out. We'll take my mountain for an example. And it shouldn't hurt this any. I know you're thinking, oh my God, she's putting it on there, but I'll do it lightly. And I just go like this. Okay. See what happens? Carbon paper. Helps you to get the depth of something better. And I kind of like the blue better than the black. The black seems to be a little shinier and you have to press a little harder. I usually use a pen instead of a pencil to trace and you want like a pen that has more of a point. Helps a lot easier. So we can see way more. Yeah. Yeah, I backed it up some. That way you can see more. But yeah, carbon paper. It's the one thing that I use a lot of. As you can see, you see my lettering. I'll use it to get my lettering like I did for this person's name, you know. It helps to be able to do more artwork and be able to get dimensions. So even like this barn over here, my cord's in the way, go figure. The barn up there that I did, you can do way better too. And I hope that Tree of Life's looking to it may help her some too. So yeah, way easier to do artwork that way. Some people may call it cheating. Some people may say, "Oh, that's not freehand." But the thing is, artists watch artists to learn how to do art. And if an artist, I can see having a copyright on a specific writing or art piece that you've done. But if you're learning and you change it up and you make it your own, I don't see the issue, you know. And when my kids were little, they used a lot of carbon paper. I think I had like 400 pieces of carbon paper at that time because they were learning how to draw. They wanted to learn how to trace things and make things, and so it was easier for them. So, yeah. I'm putting all these back on, and then I'm going to give you the full view of the saw so you can see it all done. And then I'll probably post it later on. I'm hoping I can somehow manage to turn this or maybe back up so you can see. Let go. There we go. Whoops, there are my cords. I just can't seem to win this battle with the so there's the barn, the turkey. I did that the first round. And then we'll go over here and you can see the rest of it with the mountains and the trees. And then I'm going to probably polyurethane this. See, it dries fairly quickly. That's what else I like about I used to use Valspar, but Valspar stopped making the paints that go in these. They used to make half pints and they don't no more. So I started using Rust-Oleum. But I mix my own colors, as I was telling Grave before. I don't get copyrighted, haha, for the stuff I do. Yeah, and you shouldn't. Art is art no matter the method. Exactly. And I was always very encouraging when it came to people doing artwork because it's not easy. It gives a person a chance to be able to do what they want to do. And even my children, I was always really encouraging with them, telling them to work hard and paint how they wanted to paint. They'd start out copying mommy. That was their thing. They'd copy me. And then after that, they would start doing their own stuff. So, kind of their own painting, their own way. My oldest daughter, she's an artist. She's on YouTube and she's under Jules Draws, which is Jewels, Jules Draws and Games. And she does anime and she uses the computer to draw her anime. But she started out painting and then spray painting, then sewing, then she kind of took on everything she could think of. So now, because of all those things that she tried, that I gave her the stuff to do, she does her own anime clothes for like cosplay for like the Renaissance festivals and things like that. And she does work for Simon Webb, who does online characters. She's got like 3 or 4 different jobs. My oldest, and she's in her middle 20s. But so yeah, that's pretty much all I got today, guys. If there's any questions, you're welcome to ask. I'm open as a book. Anything you want to know or what you want to understand more about doing artwork. I really don't mind answering questions. So otherwise I'll probably be done and pack up and polyurethane. You can also like me, I'll hand paint these with the poly to make them shiny, and then the handle I'll probably just poly too because I think he wanted it light. And then Usually for poly, it doesn't take long to dry, maybe overnight, and by then they'll be ready to hang it up. So, how many saws have I done? I think I've done, well, let's see. I've done at least 8 or 9 round saws, which is the real big saws. And these kind of saws, I I've done quite a few of these, so I'd say maybe 10, 12. Some of them are small though. Some of them will be like only like 2 feet, 3 feet long. This one's a pretty big one, but this is only a one crosscut man saw. They do make them where it has handles on each side, and I've done those. So, but I mostly do like turkey, deer, wildlife on them, and they usually the person usually wants like their last name on the saw. I have done really weird stuff. One person just wanted butterflies, one person just wanted hunting dogs, um, one person wanted just scenery, which was easy enough. So, do you have contact information? I have thought about doing that and I have let some people in, and it's not you by any means. I have been having issues with stalkers and trolls. And I've even had people give out my private information publicly, so I haven't been connecting with people. Um, it's just, and I apologize for that. Otherwise, I would love to connect, but until the trolling stops, I'm scared to. I've had my minor child exposed. I've even had images of my home exposed. So Duke has been amazing through all that as well. So I tried to just go on here and do stuff. So eventually I might connect like maybe my Discord at some point or my email or something, but it's just been too difficult, especially with the amount of people that have harmed my family. So, but you're always welcome to leave comments. You're always welcome to um view my lives whenever you like, or if you have questions, you're warm welcome to ask them. Okay, I respect that. Yeah, I have same diagnosis and had some questions. Yeah, and that I've been trying to back away from the DID content because of the trolls. It's getting to the point where there's so many of them that I've been mocked for the work I do. And even like my healing therapies like EMDR, CBT, DBT, EFT, and DNMS. The best advice I can give you is watch the educational videos, which are they're numbered under 2 and 2B. And my therapist actually kind of keeps an eye on my work, and she hasn't said anything about it not being not approved. So those are the two sources that give you the information that you and your therapist can go through. Take what's useful and toss out what's not useful because everybody's therapy is individualized and different. So yes, bunch of cruel people. My friends got shocked when I showed them my stuff. That's good. I mean I think you're talking about your artwork, right? Uh, um but yeah, otherwise I'm trying to Tree of Life. I have been at this 12 years. I am mostly integrated. I have two alternative states of my mind left to my knowledge. That's what my therapist had said. And it's been a slow process, but every time I get further and further and I get more memory back, I feel better. It's unfortunate that it took 12 years to get better, but I used to fight the therapy, like really, really fight it. And that made it a lot more difficult. So, but anytime I'm painting and you have questions, Tree of Life, you're more than welcome to ask them. I will answer them openly and honestly as I can. Keep in mind, I am not a therapist. Everything is based on what I have read, which is over about 300 books on DID and CPTSD and even BPD and things like that. I've even read foster care books to help parent myself, to get age regress states in a better setting. So, Grave says, yes, I never known that I could do graffiti until last year until I sat down and did it myself. Yep, and if you like it, keep working at it. Definitely work at it. It is something that can help you, especially when you're stressed, or even I find like doing artwork after I've completed my house chores or a job, I feel lots better and it helps me sleep better. Um and then I was going to mention Tree of Life. Also, if you're struggling with sleep, which seems to be a pretty common symptom with the idea, especially with triggers and flashbacks, try, if you can read, try to read books that you like. Books have an EMDR effect that can be very soothing to the brain, and it causes a bilateral stimulation back and forth that can cause the brain to feel calm and shut down. That way, less medication. Um, Thank you for your channel. I cannot ask in open forum. I watched most of your videos. That's understandable. That's okay. And then, like I said, anything that you need to share with your therapist might not agree with some of like my therapy on how it's being done and whatnot too. It just depends on everybody's healing is so different. I am more open with how my therapy is done, what I go through. So yeah. At some point, there may be a way to figure out for contact right now until for some reason I have people exposing me into like the dark web forums and stuff, stalkers, and until that stops, I just it's too difficult for me. I want to keep my family safe, and so doing artwork and chatting seems to be the best I can do for now, you know. So, but all right, everybody. Well, I think I'm gonna call it quits, and I'm gonna get this saw polyurethaned, and I'm sure I'll have another project come up shortly. I've got tons of them backed up between drawings and paintings. So hugs, I understand. Oh, hugs back. I get it. I'm not the monster that online people make me out to be. I'm actually pretty easygoing and I try to work things out as best as I can, but there is no compromise with some of these people. They want to stay sick and they'll explain that they're getting better, but in reality, they seem to create more alternative states and more problems, and they seem to feed off of. I was just talking with my physical therapist today, and she had stated the same thing, that even people that don't have mental illness, they end up with mental illness because they're so caught into the web and online that their emotions are based on an emoji or what somebody says or feels, you know. So, all right, everybody. Well, I'm gonna let you all say your goodbyes, and I'm gonna end up clicking this off, and I'll give you a little bit to say goodbye, and then I'm gonna probably get this finished. So, and thank you all for being here. It was really great, very calming. So,